Hello everyone. In the last lecture, we discussed about creep and its application. Today, we'll be discussing about stress and strain and how these are affecting the mechanical property of a connective tissue. So, before going ahead, let's understand few terms. One is load. So, basically, load is an external force which is applied to any structure. And what is a mechanical stress? It is a stress which is being created in the structure whenever any load is applied on it. And strain is basically whenever we apply any stress to any structure, it undergoes some changes and may lead to the deformation in that structure. That is known as strain. So now let's understand different types of strain which are happening inside the body. One is tensile strain. So what is that? It is basically if two externally applied forces, as you can see in the diagram, are equal and act along the same line and they are in opposite direction, then they will create some tensile stress inside and that will lead to the elongation in the structure. That is known as tensile strain. So let us talk about what is compressive strain. So it is opposite of tensile strain basically. So whenever we apply some external forces which are equal in nature and they are in line towards each other but they are in opposite direction, that will lead to the compressive load and it will lead to the compression of the structure. So that is known as compressive strain. So let us talk about shear strain now. So if two externally applied forces, they are equal, they are parallel and they are in opposite direction, but they are not in line with each other, that will create shear strain inside the structure. So let us see how these stresses are created in our body. Let us take an example of humerus. So you can see in the diagram on the convex side, tensile stresses are being created that can lead to tensile strain, and on the concave side, compressive stresses are being created that can lead to compressive strain. So let us discuss about load deformation curve. On x-axis we have taken deformation. On y-axis we have taken load. It has four regions. A to B is an elastic region. Point B is a yield point. B to C is plastic region. And C is a ultimate failure point. Okay. So elastic region is basically that region where when we apply any load on any structure, then it has a tendency to go into its original shape without deformation. So that is known as elastic region, even if we remove the load. But if we continue to put the load on that structure, then what will happen? There will be some point when that structure has some deformation in it after removal of the load. That is known as yield point. But again, if we again start putting load on that structure, again giving stress to that structure, then there will be some permanent deformation which will happen. That region is known as plastic region. But again, if we continue to put the structure again on load, then the deformation definitely is permanent, but it will lead to a failure point, and that is known as C point. That is the ultimate failure point. So this slide we have already discussed while explaining the graph. So you can refer this slide for further understanding. So let us see the practical application of this graph. For example, in our day-to-day activities, we have brittle materials like glass. They do not have a plastic region and they will undergo little deformation before the failure and hence they break. But if we talk about the ductile materials, they have a considerable amount of deformation before they go into failure, hence they do not break easily. So let's talk about resilience and toughness of a material now. Resilience is basically the ability of the material to absorb and store energy within the elastic region whenever we put some load on it, and it will release that energy and will return to its original dimension after removal of the load. And about toughness, so it is the ability of a material to absorb energy in the plastic region. It reflects the material's resistance to the failure. So let's talk about interpretation of graph in the elastic region. If it is a straight line, that means deformation is directly proportional to the material's ability to resist. But if that slope of curve is steep, that means it has high degree of stiffness and high degree of modulus of elasticity. For example, in cortical bone it happens. And if that curve is gradual, that means it has a low degree of stiffness, means low modulus of elasticity, and example is subcutaneous fat. So let's talk about the graph, which is very specific for tendon and ligament, that is a stress strain curve. So here we have taken strain on the x-axis and stress on the y-axis. So as you can see, it has 4 points A, B, C and D. 0 to A is a toe region, A to B is a elastic region, B to C is plastic region, and C to D is ultimate failure point. So if we talk about any tendon or any ligament, so it has a crimp like structure. So whenever we start loading the structure, first thing which happens is basically they straighten up. So that is known as the toe region, which is very, very crucial, because in this stage we can check the integrity of that ligament, and small amount of force can produce a large deformation in this region. Moreover, whenever we are giving any mobilization or anything, then it is very, very important to remove that slack. So that removal of slack is the toe region. If we are not removing that slack, then force will not be transferred to the muscle and bones, then there will not be any use of that glide. So again, the other things, elastic region, so basically this is the region where the structure will come back to its original shape without deformation. B to C, again, it is a plastic region. It means there will be some permanent deformation which will happen even if we remove the load. And D is the ultimate failure point. If we again keep loading that structure, then ultimately it will lead to the failure. I hope this information was useful for you. If you like the videos, do like, share and subscribe. And for other videos, you can just click on the link in the description box. Thank you. See you soon.